This episode of the Talk podcast is one of the most important parts of marketing and honestly, business itself. It's trust, because trust is what turns attention into action. Trust is what takes someone from I've seen you around to I'm ready to work with you. We talk a lot about visibility in marketing, but visibility doesn't create results. Visibility gets you out there. What really moves people is the confidence that they feel in you, the reliability, your honesty, and the way you show up. And that is trust. So in this episode, we're going to unpack what trust really means within business, what your audience needs to hear from you to believe your message, and how you build it over time, consistently, genuinely, and in a way that creates conversion as well as confidence.
Welcome to the Talk podcast with ideas strategist Linda Reed-Enever. Talk is where we chat about ideas and inspiration you can use to market your business. Get ready for practical tips you can implement today with your host, Linda Reed-Enever.
One of the things that we see a lot in marketing is that sale is the only conversion metric that people want to measure. And I get it. We all love sales. We want them to be coming through. But trust is actually the first point of conversion. As I said in the intro, people don't buy from visibility. They buy from trust. We need to build that. Visibility is what helps someone notice you. It's the belief and the trust and the confidence they have in you that helps them choose you. You can have the best offer out there, a strong message, growing audiences, amazing campaigns, and it looks amazing. But if people don't feel confident in you, if they don't believe in you, they hesitate. And hesitation is where conversion slows down or it stops completely. Everything we do in business as business owners is about building trust. And trust isn't built in a single post or a single conversation. It is built in the small, steady ways that you and your business shows up. Through consistency, through your message, and through the experience you deliver both pre-purchase and post-purchase. I've worked with many business owners who thought they had a marketing problem, and they've come to me, Linda, I've got a marketing problem. And when we've dived into it, what's happened is we've found that they've got a trust gap. Their audience could see them, but they didn't believe them enough yet to make a purchase. Once we got in there and their message started to match the delivery and their proof started showing up, everything shifted. Their engagement on social media improved, their conversations opened, and the sales started flowing. And that is trust converting. And the thing is, there's lots of little conversion points that we go through along the way before we actually get that sale, which is trust converting. Trust isn't just a feeling. It is a needle mover in how people behave. When people trust you, they listen longer. They engage more openly. They're open to your ideas. They come back to find out more or see more or watch more. They move closer. Your audience isn't short on choice. So when we build trust with our audience, they're deciding that you feel credible, you are consistent, and you are safe. And that is why trust matters more than any other thing that you can do within marketing and business, because it's going to remove the hesitation block. It shortens the decision-making time when someone wants to make a purchase from you or engage or convert. And it turns curiosity into momentum. And momentum is one of marketers' favorite tools to have, because that is one of the conversion points that if we can keep it going, it's going to lead towards a sale. As I've mentioned before, and you'll hear me saying the marketing tree method and those sorts of things, lots of people talk about conversion only being as a sale. Conversion doesn't appear suddenly as a sale. It shows up in the behaviors that we've just spoken about first. A like on a post is a sign of recognition that, yep, cool, I actually get this and I think I want to connect with it. A comment is connection. It's someone brave enough to put a comment on your post. A share is an alignment with your message, and that's someone saying that this content is worth sharing with the people I know, like, and trust. And a save is an intention to come back. Each one of these actions is someone saying this resonates, and the trust is deepening and the conversion is happening. Then we dive into something a little bit deeper when it comes to conversion and trust. With things like direct messages, email replies, quiet questions, I've been following you for a while mentions. These aren't casual actions, which we can quite often in business dismiss as casual actions. They are actually signals that someone is moving closer to converting to one of your more involved offers. And then things are like download, sign up, podcast listen, save content shows readiness. Not everyone is always going to be ready to buy yet, but to engage more deeply and build confidence with you, these are the signals we need to be looking for. Once we've built the trust through the content, we come into the sales journey. And sales happens when the trust work has been done. They trust us now. They believe us because they're now confident and we've replaced that hesitation. They feel safe enough to commit. Now, purchases will happen like bookings, orders, enrollments, downloads. They aren't separate from trust. They're built as a result of it. And them themselves, the different offering levels that you have, will build different levels of trust. So you might have things like we call entry-level purchases. So something that allows people to test the water. It could be an ebook, it could be a download, it could be a template, it could be a low investment product. I normally say these are under the $50 mark. It's enough to test the water, see if you're actually carrying through with what you say on social media or those are other marketing aspects, and then move in. Then you might have some mid-level offerings, some offerings where they maybe don't need the whole program, they don't want the whole service, they need a part, they need something like that, which they can buy the mid-level offering. Then we've got our top tier level offerings. So as our koala in the marketing tree method, as I talk about it, we'll climb up to the top of the gum leaf for the most juicy leaves. Your clients are going to do the same when they're ready. When their trust is there and they know that they're ready to go, they will go up to that top area. So make sure that each one of your offers is building trust, because each one of those steps is another form of trust and a commitment to the belief that they have in you. If you've been listening to this episode now and think, oh, maybe I do have a trust gap within my marketing, let's look at a few things that you can do to move your audience forward. Trust grows when people feel three things. They feel understood, they feel supported, and they feel safe to take that next step. So your audience is listening for things in your messaging, and you don't need to come out and say it just like this. You understand me. That's what they want to hear in their head. They want to feel seen. They want to know that you're speaking their language, and what you offer and what you do reflects their reality. The other message that they're looking for, subtle as it is, you can help me. Show how your work makes a difference. Share real examples and outcomes, and talk about moments when you've succeeded to do something and also when you failed to do them, because the failing is quite often connecting it back to, okay, so they get it. They still can help me. I can believe in you. This is where proof matters. This is where testimonials come into our marketing, stories, behind the scenes moments. That I can believe in you moment creates trust through transparency. And that's going to build confidence faster than any highly polished piece of content will. In all of this, we do not need to sound perfect. You'll hear me leave bloopers and leave ums and ahs within my content so that I sound real, and you need to sound real too. So now let's run through a few little checklist things that we need to do to make sure that we're building trust within our marketing. If you're out there being consistent, absolutely amazing. That's great. If not, be consistent. A steady voice, a rhythm. That's going to build a connection with your audience that creates confidence, because they know that you're going to be there when you say you're going to be there. Small but massive impact when it comes to marketing. Share stories. Storytelling's as old as time, and people see themselves in stories. So make sure that you're including storytelling within your marketing. Keep your promises. Don't promise something you can't deliver. Reliability turns trust into belief, which creates that conversion because they believe in you, they know you keep your promises, and you will look after them. Lead with value. When people learn from you, no matter whether you're a product or a service-based business, they move closer to working with you. And let the people see the real you, because authenticity reduces resistance, it reduces stress on you, and it removes doubt. Each one of these actions adds up and it deposits into your trust bank. When trust leads your marketing, things start to flow a lot better. You attract the right people, sales conversions feel easier, and decisions happen faster. You are no longer pushing hard, no longer convincing, because you're confirming what people already feel, and that's the difference between chasing sales and creating conversion. Thanks for joining me for another episode of the Talk Podcast. If this episode has helped you, has shifted the way you think about conversion, share it with someone who's building a business based on connection and not pressure to help them too. You'll find more insights and resources and workshops at enevergroup.com.au, which is our website packed full of things. And if you'd like practical prompts to help you keep showing up with clarity and consistency, take a look at our contents cues deck. They're there to help you be visible, be seen, and create connection. Until next time, I'm Linda Reed-Enever. I like helping people create impact by teaching you what I do. Please let me know what you would like to learn in future episodes of the podcast, because I'd love to hear that from you too.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Talk with Linda Reed-Enever. Make sure you subscribe via your favourite podcast app so you don't miss the next great episode. You can find more ideas and inspiration at enevergroup.com.au.